Outlander, what do you want?
Hey kids, welcome back to Let's Play Tamriel Rebuilt. We are in the middle of the Amra Temple questline that we started last episode. I took a little break from posting these videos for the new year, but Happy New Year's on that note. So yeah, we are searching for whoever killed this Jebin character, who is a fisherman in this very interesting little village. Kind of on the edge of I guess, I can't remember what this region is called, but the sort of House Dreugh territory down here, which is as yet undeveloped, but actually looks kind of neat. These little cliffs sort of look cool in the starlight, if you can see that on the recording. But yeah, so we were basically looking for this guy, and then we discovered him murdered, and now we're going to head over to, looks like Ivan Saloth, who is, I think, if I recall correctly, the temple priest. Whose Jebin's body was found in his apartment, and so now we're going to head back to the apartment block and see if the character who's wandering the halls maybe saw something.
Go ahead.
Let me just double check the name here. Rathis Falveno. Okay, so it's not this guy. Is it downstairs? I should have rewatched the last video to remember. I'm kind of coming back in this without a clear memory of what to do here. 'Cause it was one of this commoner guy who was sort of wandering the halls. Oh, communicate. Interesting. This is a really cool building.
What, Outlander?
That's it. That's him, right? Rathis Falveno. Let's see what he has to say. I don't have any fatigue, but okay. Oh, yeah, we need to persuade him a bit. Let's wait an hour. It's quite late. Where'd you go? Oh, that thing.
Speak, traveler.
Can't be far. They don't normally go in and out of doors, so. A weird thing. Sometimes there he is.
What, Outlander?
Sometimes they stand when they're facing you. They'll like stand still when you rest for an hour in front of them. Right. Let's see if we can persuade this guy a bit here. It's not looking great. The UI mod that I have actually highlights text in blue when the answer changes. Let's just see what he says. Ah, okay, it's scripted. Interesting. What? Someone carried a dead body to the priest's apartment? I'm just a commoner. I ain't done nothing wrong, I swear. Okay, so I can accuse him outright. You killed Jebin and tried to frame Ivan Saloth. Maybe you've seen something, tell me what you know. Listen up, Barnacle Face. You'd better start talking before I beat you senseless. Well, I think we'll say maybe you've seen something, tell me what you know. No, I know nothing. Please stop harassing me, glub glub. Okay, interesting. He does have some weird kind of markings on his face. I don't know whether that's just a mod that I have installed, but I don't know. What was that weird sound you just made? What sound, glub glub? The sound, you made it again. You're making me nervous, Outlander. Glub. That's what that is. Okay, listen to me, you weird toad boy. Tell me what you know, and I don't break your face. Look, you obviously know something. Please tell me what you know. Let's say the second one. That's more in character. Alright, I will tell you everything, but not here. Not here. There are ears everywhere. They'd kill me if they knew I was talking to you. We need to go somewhere where it's safe. There's a warehouse just outside. You know it? It's the one with the crane on the roof. The warehouse has a basement. It's always empty. It'll be safer to talk there. I'll go in first and wait for you there, okay? Cool. Exits the apartment complex in a hurry. We got a little journal update here. Rathis Falvena told me that he has some information for me, but is too afraid to disclose it. There's a warehouse outside with a crane on the roof. Rathis said he'll wait for me in the warehouse basement. Right. We can stop walking now. How do I get out of here? Oh, I think it's this door. The warehouse with a crane on top of it. There's a crane there. Oh, it must be this one. Amra, warehouse. Said the warehouse basement, right? Yeah. Aha. Cool. I'm going to take out a torch if I have one, because it's quite dark in here. There we go, that should be better. For both you, the viewers, and me. What is that? Rank. Interesting. You're here. Good, Glub Glub. No one can hear us here. Now, tell me what you know about Jebin, or seriously, what's that sound you keep making? This is the place where they killed Jebin, isn't it? Why did you take off your clothes? Oh, maybe that's what that crank is for. Maybe I think I'm standing on top of a trap. This is a trap, isn't it? Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of the clues of a trap, for sure. And I think Hlena would be streetwise enough. Aha! Clever Outlander, aren't you? But are you ready for what happens next? And what's that? You're going to die with me, Outlander, and I will be reborn. Oh, boy. Rathus Felveno turns the crank behind him. You hear the sound of lake water rushing into the basement. Ooh, this is interesting. This is really... Again, what's great about these Tamriel Rebuilt quests is when the game does things that you sort of don't expect Morrowind to do. Oh boy, okay. He appears to be sure that he will not die. Interesting. Why is his disposition 100 with me? Strange. Okay, so I'm going to imagine that the water level is going to... lock level 75. Well, I might be able to actually... I might have a scroll. I don't know that I do. I don't think I do have a scroll. Of course, I can... Presumably, I can... use an Almcivi intervention spell to get out of here. I have an amulet, and I have the spell. Not sure if that will actually work. But, whoa, that's really fast. Well, if I can succeed in casting the spell. Oh, I'm out of Magicka! Oh boy. Oh my god. Wow, we might die. Is this like one of the... Is this like the temple quest where you drown and then something magical happens? Restore Magicka. Okay. I also have the amulet, so... Well, that works for me. That works for me. Just, I can just, the intervention spell and get the hell out of... Whoa. Where am I? Oh my god. Okay, we are quite far from Amra in a town that we've never been to. Holy shit. As it turns out, Rathus Felveno just wanted to lure me into a trap. He's trying to drown me. I should escape and return to Ivan Seleth. Well, we've escaped. Jesus. And we are in Athrensis, which apparently is the nearest temple. Oh, we're on this kind of cool island here. I think this town might not be done yet. Garden of St. Maris. Are these? Oh yeah, okay. I think we're in a town that hasn't been finished yet. So, what I'm gonna do is we're gonna rest. We're gonna go outside of town and rest for a second here. I've actually got all my Magicka back, so I don't really need to leave town. We'll just leave the town cell so that I can... Whoa. This is a sheer drop. If I go down there, I'm gonna have to levitate. But I want to take a look at this town during the day. You know what? Let's just rest here. We don't really need to... I'm going to rest until the sun comes up, at least, because I figure Hlena has been probably a little bit exhausted from this ordeal, and also I want to see this town, even if it's not finished. Wow. It's a very cool pagoda-type thing. we're just gonna take a quick look around, just for the sake of it. It's clearly unfinished. I don't think there's any quests here, and there seems to be only this. See, this guard has anything to say.
There's someone watching me. I can tell.
Yeah, no, I don't think. Looks like he just has sort of generic
Go ahead,
vanilla
Commander. What do you need?
things to say. But yeah, there's interesting. Wow. We're just gonna take a quick peek around this town while we're here because we're not gonna be doing this chapter. This Let's Play is gonna end reasonably soon. Spoilers. So I do want to kind of just have a peek around here. We're not gonna be doing all that much exploring. It's interesting. It seems to be kind of a sort of this Indoril architecture district. Wow, this place is big. Holy shit. Yeah, these are not working. Got another one of these Indoril obelisks, kind of like in Roadir. But yeah, casting Almcivi Intervention, you never know what's going to happen. Kind of wish I'd done that more often in this series. Very cool looking town. We'll find the road and make our way back to Amra and continue that quest. I'm really glad that that we've gotten to see another town. I like this stairwell. It's all very well done. The whole Indoril set is really really cool. Very excited to see more of this as it gets developed over time. That one lonely guard. What are we seeing when we're looking this way? That must be... Wow, that looks... Whatever that is, it looks spectacular. Is that... That must be... Almalexia? Or Mournhold, or whatever it's called. Wow, that looks... It looks spectacular. Anyway, we really must get back to, Amra. There is a Silt Strider here. I am curious to see where this Silt Strider take us. Amra, we can go to Amra that way, or we can go to the Strider port at Almalexia. Cool. Okay. Well, we're not going to do that because it's always fun to walk. We will walk. It doesn't look very far. It's kind of a little bit far, but we'll walk just for kicks. Check out the landscape. I'm not sure if we're still in the Aanthirin region here. I'm going to assume that this is the road that leads to... That's where we're headed, down towards those cliffs. I guess there's no temple in Amra, or there's no teleport point anyway. There's no Almcivi intervention point in Amra. Which is fine. This is good too, by the way. I should escape and return to Ivan Selov. It's kind of cool when it just sort of points you in the right direction, you know? Because there's certainly no use in us. Am I going the right way here? I'm not sure that I am. Looking at the map, feeling it's kind of more this way. Because there's sort of a little... We need to get off of this little isthmus island thing, whatever you call that, little peninsula. Interesting. Yeah, we can just kind of follow this river down here. We're headed towards the lake over there. Kind of need to be on that side. Don't we? Well, I guess we're gonna off-road it. Because I don't want to go on a wild goose chase. I do want to keep this quest kind of rolling, but I am happy to. I also suspect that there's not much in the way of kind of crazy quests in this area. It looks like it's not... Oh, there's a nice bridge. See, if we'd followed the road, we would have been able to see the nice bridges. Neat. Yeah, okay, let's rejoin the road here anyway, and try and figure out off this way, really. I want to take a look at these beautiful Indoril bridges. Okay. Look at those lanterns. I don't know if we've seen any of these before. These are really nice. Whoever designed those, good job. I know some of the Indoril stuff is assets from the official expansion pack there. What is it, Tribunal or whatever? But TR developers have done a real stand-up job of Meadow Rye. I think we've seen that before. Meadow Rye. Fortify speed. That's kind of cool. Looks like similar flora and fauna to the kind of Aanthirin, although these trees look a bit different. Also, these trees look like they're kind of glitching out, if I'm honest. I don't know what's going on up there, but something is, in my many graphics mods, something is misbehaving. Interesting. See an NPC over there, and I have a feeling there's some kind of quest there. But let's resist the temptation and try and get back to Amra here. We could have taken the Silt Strider. In fact, I think in some ways it would have been more in character to do so, but I am curious. Old Velos. So it's a Velothi tower. Seem to be kind of dotted across the landscape here in an interesting way. There's Amra right there. Ah, here we are. This is sort of more what we've come to expect. This kind of... The ground was more green over here, yeah. Yeah, we've got this kind of green rolling hills, and then when we get into the Aanthirin region, we get this sort of... I don't know what that is. I guess it's sort of a red earth with sparser grass, like a sort of sparser, drier grass or something. Amazing how you can change a few details in the terrain and the whole region looks different. Even with these mushroom trees that are kind of similar to the Morrowind ones. Yeah. Very cool. There was a road. I think the road was sort of that way and then heads over there. I often like to follow the roads when I'm exploring for the first time. But I really didn't want to get sidetracked here. I didn't want to follow a road and then find out that it doesn't really have a direct path here, so... Here we are back in Amra. Is that Oliver? Where's Oliver? I don't know. We left him somewhere. That's Oliver. I should have renamed the modded... I named it Pact Guar Companion, because I think I hadn't thought of Oliver's name yet, but when I edited that mod, I should have named it Oliver. Alright, now we need to find the dude. Who I honestly can't remember. What's his name again? Ivan Seloth? I thought he was near this little shrine thing here. Gone.
Speak, traveler.
Oh, maybe he was near the apartment. Oh, this is the apartment complex, isn't it?
What is this about?
Where's Ivan Seloth? Or am I just looking in the... God damn it.
I don't have a lot of patience.
He hasn't gone back to his house or something. Look at the quest log here. What is this quest called? Shadows under Amra. Oh! Interesting. Ivan Seloth is gone. There's a change in the air that can be felt. A chill coming from the lake. This doesn't promise anything good. Perhaps I should try to speak with old Zedathis Aldrethi again. Interesting. I didn't see the journal update. It probably, like, it appears on the... There's a little thing that appears here. I just didn't notice it, so... I'm assuming it said your journal has been updated when I arrived back in town, which is kind of cool. Kind of cool. I guess they sort of almost expect you to use the... some kind of intervention spell to get out of there. Although we could have picked that lock or used the scroll to pick the lock as well. Where is the inn? I think is over by the trade house. Oh yeah, it's over here. And that's where we're gonna speak to that old guy.
Spit it out or hit the road.
I ended up having to sleep in a field, you know, because I teleported to a town with no NPCs in it.
Go ahead,
Terrible.
Outlander.
Say
what do you
want
need?
or go away.
It's this guy.
So good to see you.
The
Is
Deathis
there something I
Aldrethi.
can do for you?
Ivan Celis has gone missing too? Dire news, yes, but there's still hope. Both he and his captors must still be in Aimra. Captain Obador's ship hasn't left the harbor. I heard that a shady congregation of people was making its way to the lighthouse. That's where they must have taken him. There's no time to lose. The Hetman Dava Arenim holds the key to the lighthouse. If you explain the situation to her, perhaps she'll help. The Hetman is in the trade house. Make haste. The lighthouse door is always locked. The lighthouse keeper never lets anyone in, or so it's said. The Hetman Davo Arenim holds a spare key for emergency situations just like this one. It's a cool shirt. For which mod that shirt comes
Go
from.
ahead, Outlander. What do you need?
Alright, off we go. Off we go to the trade house, which is over here. This is a great quest line. Hetman.
How are you?
Deva Arenim. Blessings of the three upon you. I am Deva Arenim, Hetman of Aimra. Though you are a welcome breath of fresh air from the locals, I must let you know that this trade house doesn't trade goods with outlanders. If you're looking for services, I can point you in the right direction, or are you perhaps a bounty hunter looking to cash in on some bounties? Then you're in the right place. Interesting. I've seen this. We've seen this, I think, around this region. There just do seem to be some random kind of bounty hunting quests. Well, let's see here. We have a good disposition with it. So let's just say we need the key to the lighthouse. What's this? What do you need the key for? Ivan Selith has disappeared. That doesn't seem very convincing. I'm almost tempted to say the second option here. No time to explain. Give me the key. I'm tempted to say that because I don't know if she would care if this Ivan Selith has disappeared. No. I'm gonna try the second option. And I'm afraid I can't let you enter the lighthouse. Okay. Ivan Selith has disappeared. And you have reason to believe he's inside the lighthouse? Yes, and I think he's in danger. Horrible. We will deal with these rogues, whoever they are. You have my permission to enter the lighthouse, Hlena. Here's the key. Indoril foot soldiers will meet you at the front door. They will accompany you in the raid. Rescue Ivan Selith. Interesting. Okay. I was kind of expecting the second option to work for some reason. I don't know. That's okay. Makes more sense. There's the lighthouse there. Kind of on top of the apartment complex. It's very cool. Very cool town design. Man, this place is weird. I like it.
Yes, Outlander.
It's interesting. They've got this kind of like platform here. This platform, which presumably is for loading ships, like loading things from cranes onto ships. And they also have those at the silt. Oh, there is a this is where the silt strider is. Yeah, they also have those at the silt strider platforms. These platforms are kind of everywhere in Morrowind, even in the vanilla parts of the game.
Yes,
Go ahead, Outlander.
What do you want?
What do you need?
We've been told to accompany you, Outlander. Just unlock the door for us. Okay. Do I have any restore fatigue potions?
I can tell.
This mod I have that affects fatigue consumption has been a bit aggressive, actually. It's kind of driving me nuts. I'm just constantly out of fatigue. It's a little bit of a hassle. It makes us walk faster, but... Okay, we use the key and unlock the door. I should head inside. Okay. Whoa, 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 whoa. Multiple followers. Freaking out. Yeah, you know, it's funny, I have a mod that makes us, walk faster. Or, sorry, run faster. But we don't really walk any faster, and I almost feel like I want a mod that, that makes us walk faster, but not run faster. Does that make sense? Or run, basically both. It'd be nice to walk faster so that I can not consume fatigue. You hear someone? Oh god, I should really read those. So I heard something. Yeah, those, I'm not sure those work very well, actually, if I'm honest. The little pop-ups at the bottom of the screen there, because it's so easy to miss them. But we heard something. Or someone. What? There's barnacles everywhere. Oh, what? They've got barnacles on their faces. And a claw. Oh, these are like fucking mud crab people or something. Glub, glub, glub. This is a snack on 2 legs. Come, come. Struggle closer, delicious stranger. Right. Okay, so they're like they're like weird hybrid Dreugh or Dunmer. Okay. Are you a Dreugh? Stranger is not one of us, glub glub. Where is Jebin? Or who killed Jebin? The boy died in the grotto below. What grotto? The grotto where they all lie waiting, visitors from the lake, under the lighthouse. The entrance is hidden. Mustn't tell more. It's important that I join them in the grotto. Tell me where the entrance is. Is the stranger one of the chosen? Does the stranger carry the sign of Paradma? Interesting. So we can. I've just kind of guessed my way into this here, but we can show him. I forgot about the wax amulet. Glub glub glub. Good. There is a hidden door downstairs. The stranger must move the shield on the wall to open it. Now go and join the others. Be quick. Ulvo is hungry. Oh boy. I have a feeling we're gonna have a rather nasty encounter with Dreugh. We've got another peculiar wax amulet there. Oh, of course, this thing gives us swift swim and water breathing. God, I could have used that. Ulvo's diary. Interesting. Well, I'm glad I opened this book. I was almost going to run down there. Well, I finally arrived. A new job, a new city. I'm glad I could make it. A bit in the middle of nowhere. Difficult to travel by road. I really should have taken the Siltstrider. Oh well, I'm going to unpack my belongings. Entry 2. Done. I'm all set. Now I can rest a bit. Although as a lighthouse keeper for the lake, shouldn't be too hard. Unlike my old location, the Bitter Coast in Vardenfell. Always rainy, always cloudy, damp, and filthy. So gloomy and depressing. I will never, never, never go back there. I think Helena's missing the Bitter Coast at this point. Here I can see the sun during the day, then Maser and Secunda, and all the constellations during the night. Here I can breathe clean air. Well, not really, to be honest. There is something stale in this building, but since it has been abandoned by the previous keeper, that was to be expected. Well, I cleaned everything and everywhere, but traces of the foul smell remain. Oh well, the water of the lake must be infiltrating the stone. I have to make sure that the lighthouse's brazier is alight, and then I can get out. I have already met a few locals, and they are surprisingly friendly despite their odd look. One of them even proposed to celebrate my arrival. Here, in the lighthouse. Well, I guess I should buy some liquor. Entry 4. The party was alright, I guess. There were 7 of us, actually, and Vivek be blessed, I had enough to eat and drink. The only awkward moment was when I excused myself for the smell. They all stared at me with their bulging eyes. From their reaction, it looked like I was accusing them of smelling, but the weird moment passed. And they even explained that the previous keeper left because he couldn't stand the odor. Well, it is not quite enough to deter me. They were quite relieved to hear me say that. Entry 5. Interesting. I wonder whether this is my mod that's doing this. If it's not, whoever made this mod should I don't know if you can do that, like just put another break here so that this doesn't, I'm just being, honestly I'm being a little bit nitpicky here, but this heading should be on this page. Well, visitors again, the 6 of them. We ate and drank, but truth be told, I expected some quiet and privacy. Looks like the lighthouse is their general quarters or something. I will have to put an end to that. Entry 6. Couldn't bring myself to get rid of them. It's weird, because it seems to me that they are waiting for something. From me? But what? I don't understand. They keep coming every 2 or 3 evenings. Entry 7. Alright, I know what they wanted. I was cleaning the first floor when I decided that this horrible Dreugh shield displayed there had to go. I tried to take it down, but it just shifted slightly. I jumped when I heard a loud... That's a spelling error as well. I heard a loud grinding noise behind me. A part of the wall had just disappeared. Behind this false wall there was another door, but I had to cover my nose. The stench was overwhelming. It smelled like rotting fish and decaying meat combined. Horrible and disgusting. I nearly threw up. I could not open the door. I moved the shield back in place, and the wall took its normal place. But the next evening when my visitors came again, I noticed their attention was either on the shield or sometimes on the wall, but rarely on me. I finally told them that I knew about the secret door. This is entry 8. And I told them that I didn't open it, and that I didn't want to know anything about it, and that I wanted them to just go away. Well, they didn't leave, but at least now I have an explanation. Looks like the smell was indeed rotting fish and meat, which is supposed to be some food for the Dreugh. I couldn't believe my ears. They were implying that the Dreugh were living under my lighthouse. Ludicrous. Entry 9. There are Dreugh under the lighthouse. A full colony. I forced myself to open that damn door. The faint smell was getting on my nerves, but beyond, the stench was horrendous. It made all my body hair either stand or wither. After a coiling gallery, I arrived at a huge, dark cave. The first thing I noticed was the mushrooms. I had never seen them, even at the Bitter Coast. I wonder what their alchemical properties are. Only after my eyes got accustomed to the darkness, I saw the Dreugh. How many are there? Entry 10. At first I thought it was some kind of nesting cave, but the cocoons were too big to be eggs or whatever form Dreugh take at birth. One of my visitors insisted to give me a book about their life cycle, and according to that book there is a transition between land Dreugh and water Dreugh called Carvanasim, and another between water Dreugh and land Dreugh called Meth. I think that these huge sacs are the transition cocoon between those two states, probably the Meth. Entry 11. I must admit, it is fascinating to see those creatures down here. They are quite peaceful unless you dive in the water, but apart from that, they just live their life. But why here, and why the secret door? Entry 12. One of them tried to attack me. I was so scared. I ran. After I calmed down, I decided to speak to the man who gave me the book about Dreugh. We had a good talk. He confirmed that it is indeed a transition nest, and explained that there is a very ancient agreement between the Dunmer of Amra and the Dreugh of the Lake. In exchange for help against Argonians and a relatively quiet coexistence, Amra had to provide shelter and food for the Dreugh during the transition, so that Dreugh was not attacking me. In fact, it was expecting some food. Interesting. Entry 13. So I agree with the Amra fellows to let them bring food to the Dreugh. The one that tried to, well, speak to me seems satisfied. You know, what I said to him in this conversation, it just occurred to me that had I read this before I talked to him, I would have known this, and what I just said to him would have been more plausible. But, you know, I think Hlena's probably already guessed that there's some kind of, you know, unsavory agreement between the Dreugh and the Dunmer of Amra. They're scavengers, so rotten flesh is not a problem. Actually, when one of the Dreugh fails his transformation, either because of lack of food or because of some disease, the others eat the remains. It can be a long time before they need us to bring food. Entry 14. I'm accustomed to the smell now. It doesn't disturb me anymore, and I'm rather satisfied with my studies about Dreugh. Few mare or men have the opportunity to approach them so closely, but something is off. Last night my fellows brought a Guar for the Dreughs. A whole Guar alive. They said that the Guar was old and useless, but they could have mercifully killed it before throwing it to the Dreugh. Apart from my visitors, the denizens of Amra looked at me weirdly. How was I led to believe the situation was normal? Feeding the Dreugh, the famous adversaries of Vivek. Maybe I should speak with the priest of the St. Olm's shrine. Entry 16. Why is the door secret? Of course it is secret, of course. I'm an idiot. This is not the fulfillment of an ancient and venerable agreement. This is a cult, with offerings and sacrifices. The previous keeper abandoned the lighthouse, didn't he? But did he? Hilarious. Very, very funny. Very well thought out quest. I like it. Well, we'll leave this half Dreugh, half Dunmer dude be. And as tempted as I am to go onto the roof of the lighthouse and get a fantastic view of the region, we have a priest to rescue, cupboards to loot, where is it? It's a shield. Yeah, is that the shield? You want to move the decorative Dreugh shield? Yes. You hear a loud sound coming from behind you. Is that a new door? Lighthouse, grotto. Well, I think I will drop a quick save. Take a look at what we have in terms of swords here. Much as I really should have put the War Spear of Induril Danvas on Oliver, because it's probably very heavy to carry around. That'll do. Maybe I'll use that 9th barrier belt. Also, I realized something the other day. My brother was watching these videos and mentioned to me from when I was in Kalan, and he simply said, "Why the hell do you never use Ancestor Guardian?" And Hlena has not once in all these episodes done so. So, fun fact. Rights. Skego's Shelf. Take a look at those. Night Eye. Well, that might actually be useful in here. Get our torch out again, although I suspect there will be water, so... I really do... I really... The one thing I wish... Where the hell's my torch? Oh, am I holding it? No. Oh, it's not that dark for now. Our candles. Although, what the fuck? Maybe it burned out. Feeling my torch burned out. I think there's a bunch of torches on Oliver too, so... Life cycle of the Dreugh. Oh shit, where do we find that again? Huh, interesting. Interesting, I can't remember where we found this. Revolting life cycle of the Dreugh. Maybe... in the apartment. Yeah. Well, this more or less was summarized in what we just read. Also, I'm... tire my voice out if I read any more. But, yes, we did have that. Kind of drum or something? Be a beating sound. Oh boy, here we go.
Die, Fetcher! Die, Fetcher!
I'll let them attack the guards first.
You
Jeez. Alman. Gondolier shirts. Nothing of interest on that fellow. Oh, more of them. Okay, so this is we're just looking at lots of dudes. You have some very strange outfits for sure. Oh, you have a torch. Excellent. Give me your torch. Wait, are you? Oh yeah, they're all Dunmer. Just had that cry kind of sounded like a non-Dunmer cry. What do you got? Dreugh staffs or Dreugh stuff? I don't know whether it's pronounced Dreugh or Dreugh, by the way. So, oh, they've all got the peculiar wax amulets as well. Interesting. Wisp stalk. Interesting. Neat. Chicken leg, beef, and Nordic mutton. Definitely hearing some kind of... Oh, there's a locked crate? Kind of rare that you see a locked crate. I suppose I should be kind of rushing to rescue the priest, but can resist. There we go. Looks to me like leveled loot. But I could be wrong. All sorts of fish. Notes on Dreugh. Life cycle of the Dreugh. Interesting. So this is the same. This looks like more notes from the fellow upstairs. Oh, interesting. Okay, I'm just gonna skim through this. I honestly don't feel like reading 2 books right now, but we've got a reference to Ruddy Man, the temple pilgrimage in Vanilla Morrowind. Wonder if this king is the famous Ruddy Man. So there is a king of Dreughs down here somewhere. Interesting. Paradma's Maw. Oh, I should just read this. Alright, entry 1. Since I have to cope with all the visits to my under-neighbors the Dreugh, I might as well see for myself what this is all about. Entry 2. This smell, it's so foreign and strong that some strange fungi appeared here. There are mushrooms that I've never seen anywhere. I should take some samples and see what their properties are. Of course. I am intrigued by the strange clusters floating on the surface. The feeble flow of these dark waters made them drift to the walls of the cave. From what I've read in the book The Life Cycle of the Dreugh, I suppose these are the Grom pellets of fiber that Dreugh vomits during the so-called meth. I'm not going to read that book. Well, we've surmised enough from this kind of contextual information. Entry 4. I tried to unravel one of the pellets, and I nearly fainted under the assault of the stench. It was 10 times worse than the rotting fish and meat, and the acrid smell of those weird shrooms that surround me. In the end, I found nothing interesting in these little balls. Sometimes my visitors gather on the platform above and they just stay there, staring at me weirdly. I've come to realize that this is my cue to leave, so I leave them to do whatever they do there. Entry 6. I started to make a precise account of the meat and fish that they bring here and the quantities of Dreugh the Dreugh need. Meat and fish, which we've just seen a bunch of. In time, I will find a balance between supply and consumption in hope that nothing will rot and add to the horrible smell. My companions find it funny, but I will try anyway. Entry 7. Well, it's a success. The smell is less overwhelming now, quite bearable. Entry 8. I took a look at their book up there. I was quite surprised to see one of the sermons of Lord Vivek. Well, even if I worship the Tribunal, I am not one to delve too deeply into the religious stuff. I discarded to go back to work. Yesterday something happened that scared me. I was sampling some of the weirdest mushrooms of this cave. When all the Dreugh came near the surface, it was a mess of tentacles and pincers, and lots of water being thrown everywhere. They made a ruckus, hissing and clicking and growling. I stepped back worried. Could they climb the stairs and platforms? Could they reach me? Once out of their sight, I ran away. Interesting. Entry 10, they are speaking. The first thing I did when they got too excited for my liking was to warn my visitors. They were amused, to say the least, and I felt like a fool to be so worried. They explained that they just settled an argument between them, so all that noise was actually a language. I'm so excited. What if we could speak to these creatures and come to a mutual understanding? That would be the beginning of a new era where an intelligent aquatic race would take their rightful place in the history of Tamriel. Well, we've got talking cats and talking lizards. Might as well have talking fish, right? Entry 11. On the other hand, I witnessed some disturbing behaviors on their part. When one of them starts the transition, the meth, and unfortunately fails, they just eat it. It is somewhat shocking, and it will be a long way before they enter civilization. Entry 12. I caught a few words, now I'm nearly able to talk to them. Entry 13. Well, they are very basic creatures with basic needs like food, and food. But sometimes they talk about a great cavern, a place where they have to return to pay their respects to their leader, a king of sorts. Wonder if this king is the famous Ruddy Man. Probably one of their heirs. Yeah, I'm glad I read this. I was feeling a bit lazy about all the reading, but definitely worth it. I had more discussions with the Dreughs. Well, if I'm honest, I overheard more conversations. It seems that the great cavern and its inhabitants are located in a very deep abyss, far to the south. Could it be the Paradma's Maw the denizens of Amra are talking about with a great level of fear? I spoke to my visitors about the great cavern, the king of Dreugh, and I also mentioned Paradma's Maw. Maybe I shouldn't have. They sent weird looks my way. Interesting. We've got another copy of the life cycle of the Dreugh there. Ritual drum. So I am hearing drums. I'm not totally insane. That's the Dwarven Jinx sword. I'd like to use the poison one. Actually. They look identical. It's really annoying. Got another dude up here. Outlander, you are a pesky one. I should have known the fool Ralith couldn't kill you. I'm here for Ivan Seleth. Let him go. Let the priest go? No, that's not possible. My family is hungry. I can't deny them their prey. What do you mean? I see no point in explaining anything to an outlander destined to die. You couldn't possibly understand. Interesting. I could say I want to understand. Or I could threaten him. Tell me what's going on and I'll let you live. I think that's reasonable. At this point we've been attacked by 3 of them. Even if we're you know... Hlena tends to be a fairly merciful character, but at this point, you know, having been attacked a bunch, and in clearly an imminent danger. Are you trying to make a joke? You can't threaten me, you can't beat me. Very well then, I grant you one question. One question, then you'll die. What did you do to Jebin? Well, I think it's pretty obvious. What's the deal with the Dreugh? What is this place? What are you doing here? What's the deal with the Dreugh? I think. What's going on with the Dreugh? I mean, presumably they kidnapped Ivan Seleth. Perhaps to prevent him from telling the rest of the town about what's going on here, I guess? I mean, we kind of know what they did to Jebin. I mean, he's dead, right? What's the deal with the Dreugh? The tide is high. They have come here for the blood, like they always do. Not yours or Avoncellos. They will gladly feast on your flesh, but they don't care about the blood running through your veins. They want my family's blood. It is the pact we've made with them, a union. Now, they are displeased with us. Jevin is dead, and you have disrupted our ritual. I will appease them after I've killed you. What makes your family's blood so special? My family is bound by blood to the Dreugh. My father forged this unbreakable bond when he took my mother as his wife. Like all marriages, it was a trade. It was agreed that whenever the time was right, the Dreugh would come, and one of my blood would undergo a sacred ritual of Carvenesim and join the abysmal choir. All this is my blood, sleeping. Now the Dreugh have come to wake it, but there's still time. I have a replacement in mind. I just have to deal with you first. Yeah, we know a little bit about this Carvenesim. You're a coward who's trying to sacrifice someone else to save yourself. I think we'll ask this one here. What happened to your father, the rest of your family? Or who was your mother? No, Outlander. I already answered 2 of your questions when I promised to answer just one. I've humored you for far too long. It's time to end this. I'm not ready yet. I need more answers. Surrender, Obadur. There's no need for more bloodshed. I understand why you're doing what you've done here. Let's just say surrender. Surrender, Obadur. There's no need for more bloodshed. I cannot surrender, Outlander. Do you not understand? Paredma forbids it. Do we already know who Paredma is? I can't remember. The ritual mustn't be stopped. The pact must be honored. There will be hell to pay otherwise. Where will there be hell to pay? Give up, Obadur. This is your last chance. Yeah, we're not gonna let the priest die. Boy, he moves fast. That's gotta be my mod. Did he just suicide? Off a cliff or something? Where did he go? What? Oh. Oh, he's just repeatedly falling. You will die. Yeah, I mean, there's no way we're leaving this guy to do his thing. Uh-oh. We're also in the water, though, so I'm a little bit worried about that. Boy, he's got a lot of health. Shit. He's got some kind of magical thing, man. Ugh. I'm gonna levitate out of here. I'm not a big fan of this. Do I have any arrows? Yes, I do. I'm gonna levitate out of here. What is it called again? The Blade of... Oh, I've got way too many scrolls. I gotta get rid of some of this shit. I don't like it when my menu that gets this crowded here. Where's my bloody Steel Blade of Heaven? Thank you. That's what it's called. Oh god, if I die... I've also lost my lantern probably because of this, so I can't see a bloody thing. Okay, let's take a little potion of Restore Fatigue. I have one left. And it's been a long time since I used my bow. Whoa. Something has a big magical effect. Very hard to hit anyone in water, of course, so this is probably a complete waste of arrows. He's got some kind of poison effect on his, Oh, and there's a bunch of Dreugh down there, that's what it is. Oh, I am hitting him. Okay. Okay, we can't shoot them in the water, I don't think. Oh god, and they're all dying. Well, we lost 2 Indorel guards. We'll take the Dreugh wax. Boy, I cannot see a thing. I do apologize for, I've run out of anything to keep it light enough here. Basically. Of course, I had this. That would have helped. Dreugh Club of Greater Poison. Yeah, that's what I thought. There was definitely a poison effect there that was kind of having a nasty effect. What have we got in our journal? Obador Marvis told me that the Marvis family is bound to the Dreugh by blood. Has been ever since his father married his mother. To uphold this covenant, a member of the family must undergo a ritual card covenant, which is when it is deemed that the time is right. Now the Dreugh are here. Captain Obador seems desperate to find a replacement to save himself from the ritual. Oh. Interesting. So, unless I'm misunderstanding things here, the old guy in the bar basically knew what was up. Are you gonna be able to get out of here? Cause yeah, no, all the two out of the 3 Indirail guards. Let's get out of here though. It's too dark in here for let's playing. God damn it! There it is. I'm not sure. There's probably. Oh, I could have just walked out over there. Man, I really would like to find another torch. Amulet of water walking. I'll take that. And I'll take this. You know what? No, I won't. Break clutter. Ritual drum. Interesting. Ooh. Did I just, like, wake up the Dreugh or something? I swear I heard something. Okay, there are cages here. Cage door, Ivan Cellar.
Find me worthy.
By the 3, you saved me, Hlena. They were going to. Ivan Celis breaks down sobbing. All right, Ivan, you're safe now. Yes, I'm forever in your debt, Hlena. Please let us go. I don't know the way out of this place. You need the way. Okay, well, I'm gonna take a quick look around, see if there's anything particularly interesting to. Ooh, potions. Oh, these are kind of shitty potions. I'm gonna take that. I'm just gonna take them all. We'll deal with that. We'll sort them later. Interesting. Stinkhorn cap. Cinnabar polypore red cap. Boy, there is like a whole collection of mushrooms in here. Brief. Goya. Waste not, want not, I guess. Ornate small chest. Let's see if we can open these chests. Might as well grab a little bit of loot. Looking at our gold recently, and kind of noticed that we're actually not that rich. Like, not rich enough to be paying for training. Wow, one shot. Moonstones. Cool, man. I can evolve my Nidoran. Alright. I'm gonna see if I can open this. Open this, okay, we're good. There we go. That's good. What do we got here? Iron dagger. Okay, we are getting out of here though because it's too dark for, ooh. I'll take that. Another version. I don't know, we've probably got a few of those at this point. But yeah, I really have lost my torch and lantern, and cannot see in here. Oh, I have a potion of night eye. Do that quickly. Quality potion of night eye. 15 points for 45 seconds. Well, it's not very bright. I'm gonna be making a night eye potion and getting whatever training I need to cast it. The next chapter of this Let's Play, because I never bothered to do so before we came to Tamriel Rebuilt, and I do regret it. With the mod setup I have, if you do not have Night Eye, Roll of League Step, Recall on Self. Very cool. I think I have a Mark spell actually, but yep. But it's there are places like this that are just, it's impossible for me to make a video in them. Unless I have Night Eye, and it should be Night Eye like 30 points or something. It needs to be a lot brighter. Which kind of makes me question whether I should be using those mods, if I'm honest. I like the feel of it when I'm playing, I like the feel of it when I'm playing alone, but when you're making a video... Dude. You lead the way. Okay, we're not, right, we're still in the lighthouse here. Well, he wasn't totally insane. He still eats quamba eggs. Biscuits. I don't think I'm gonna rifle through all this stuff. It's mostly just food. Torches kind of look weird. What's going on there? Okay. Wow. I don't know what is going on here, but I'm just gonna read this. Praise the three. We're out of the grotto. Thank you for everything, Hlena. Now, I need a moment alone if that's alright. I need to clear my head. Come see me later and we'll talk about all that has happened. I'll be at my home. Interesting.
I see this land suits you. We welcome you freely, Captain.
Well, can I just... Yes, okay. I escorted Ivan Selith back outside. He said that I should visit him later at his home, but that right now he needs some time to clear his head. In the meantime, I should report to the Hetman Deva Arenim. Also pay old man Zadathis Aldrethia a visit. Yes, I'll go let the Hetman know that all of her guards are dead because I had to run away from a bunch of Dreugh and their crazy master or sacrificial cultist dude with a poison club. However, mystery solved. Sort of, I guess. Man, this is such a small town. How could you live in this town with this few people and not notice that shit going on, you know?
What do you want, Outlander?
You're back from the lighthouse, Outlander. What happened there? I defeated Obador Marvis and his followers. To think that something like this was going on in a town that I'm supposed to watch over. I have failed as a hetman, and I will spend the rest of my life making amends. Honestly, Deva, you probably... Yeah, no, you fucked up, man. There's only like 6 buildings in this town. And like, you kind of should have a sense of what's going on in the other 5. Anyway, may the three forgive me and guide me. You have my thanks, Outlander. Excuse me. You have my thanks, Outlander. You have done us a great service for unearthing and putting an end to this sinister plot. Please accept this gold as a token of my personal gratitude. Huh, cool. Still won't barter with me, though, eh? No Outlanders. Anyway, sorry about the dead guards. Sometimes we gotta just be an archer. Let's go talk to the fellow at the
What do you want?
Whatever you're looking
at the inn here. The old guy, he knew what was up too, man. He could have solved this. Man, there was no need for me to come all the way from Almastir. Solve this mystery. Any number of you could have figured it out and solved it.
Under sun and sky.
You've returned from the lighthouse, friend. I'm glad that you're alive. You've dealt with the Marvis family, yes, and perhaps learned the truth about what happened to Jebin, too. Yep. I was afraid that the young lad might be already dead, but I still held on to hope. The fool that I am. He didn't deserve this kind of fate, no matter his bloodline. Obador Marvis told me of some sort of blood ritual. I reckon what they had to offer him was a fate far worse than death, poor lad. He was doomed before he was even born. You know things you haven't told me before. Tell me what you know of Jebin. Alright, my friend, alright. I must say that I was never sure of any of this until now. I hoped I was wrong, but after all that has happened and all you've told me, my suspicions have been confirmed. Jebin was one of that ill-favored family. Old man Marvis and his father were brothers. Brothers? Tell me what you know of Jebin's father. Well, all I know is for certain is that old man Marvis had a younger brother. The two of them never saw eye to eye about anything, used to have terrible rows that were the talk of the town. Hell, I remember them clashing sabers in public once or twice. When the Arnesian War started, they had their final falling out, and the younger brother left Amra for good. Now back then, no one knew what the falling out was about, but I reckon it was a disagreement over the pact with the Dreugh. So Jebin's father didn't want any part in what they were doing. What makes you think the younger brother was Jebin's father. I'm getting confused in this whole family tree already here, but us two can only guess what happened between the two brothers 30 years ago. Old Man Marvis renounced his brother for turning his back on his family, and we never saw him again. It was just assumed that he had joined some war party heading south and gotten himself killed in the fighting. Wasn't uncommon in those days. Well, now I'm not so sure he died in the war. I reckon he was killed right here. First blood for the Dreugh. Huh. Jebin's father was killed by his own family. Oh, this is kind of presumptuous. We never met Jebin, right? Jebin's father was killed by his own family? Killed, yes or worse. Maybe he was forced to go through the same blood ritual that they wanted Jebin to go through. The Dreugh are crafty devils, and they are as ancient as the seas. They have knowledge of things that to you and me would seem both unnatural and impossible. Who knows? Who knows? How was Jebin left alive if his father was disposed of? Can't say nothing for sure, but I reckon Jebin's father must have taken the boy across the lake to Dreugh in a desperate attempt to keep him safe. Or perhaps that's where Old Man Marvis left the boy, to fend for himself until the time would be right for him to join the rest of the family. What about Jebin's mother? Who is she? This is a lot of dialogue, by the way. I'm trying not to like critique these quests as I do them too much, but I will occasionally break here. This is for Morrowind. This is a little bit dialogue heavy. A lot of this like kind of family tree stuff also. You know, and maybe I'm not the most focused player. Like it's all great stuff, but I find that this text format means that I can't keep this family's tree state. I don't remember who the mother and the son and the father's brother and all that. Like, you can simplify this, I think. Whoever wrote the quest, and as you know, quests like this get worked on over time, I don't think there's any need for this to be this. This is a pretty convoluted story. I get the general gist of it. There's like the blood sacrifice with the Dreugh. Tell us more about that and less about like the mother and the father and the uncle. Anyway, I'll keep reading it. What about Jebin's mother? Who is she? I still don't understand what the pact with the Dreugh was. Neither do I, friend. Neither do I. I originally thought the pact was made in response to the Arnesian War to protect Amer from the Argonian threat, but now I can't help but wonder if its true origins of this horrid union don't go further back in history. The details of the pact might well be forever shrouded in mystery. Perhaps it's for the better. What about Jebin's mother? Who was she? Don't know who Jebin's mother was. Whoever she was, no one in Amer knew her or saw her, that's for sure. And I don't need to remind you that no one ever saw Captain Obadur's mother either. It's a troubling thing, Hlena. This question of mothers. Who were they? What were they? The Marvis family was debauched beyond mortal comprehension. I'd rather not think about it. Okay, so, you know, are we implying that the mother is a Dreugh? Is that what's going on here? Could be. I still don't understand why Jebin was kidnapped. I can only guess Obadur's Marvis modus, but I think he wanted Jebin to take his place. The Dreugh wanted one of the family to join their abhorrent ranks. They wanted blood. Obadur decided to offer Jebin's to save himself. At least that is what I think happened. Yeah. Okay, I think I've heard enough. No, my friend. Thank you for listening, for trying your damnness to find Jebin, for putting an end to the madness of the Marvis family. Here, have a drink on me this time. Though I do wonder... No, never mind. Forget anything I said. What is it? Well, you stopped Obadur Marvis and his followers, but the Dreugh are still out there, somewhere, deep in the lake. I wonder if they are still watching Amra. It's an unnerving thought, my friend, even if it's nothing else. If it ever comes to it, I'll deal with them. Yeah, we'll say that. Yes, goodbye, my friend. Oh, one more thing. I wanted to ask you, have you told Inara of all that's happened? The girl deserves the truth. The girl deserves to know the truth, don't you think? Okay. I'm going to end this episode here, because it's been a lot of reading and a lot of dialogue. This quest is fantastic, again. Like I said, I don't want to seem like I'm kind of critiquing everything and nitpicking through it. I very much enjoy these new quest lines. But I do also think I do know some of the modders occasionally watch these and stuff like that. I would say that there's like this, like, it's a great quest, and what happens in it, the whole thing with the trap and the water and the, you know, kind of the solving the mystery by wandering around and exploring the town. It's a great way, like, Amra turns into a set piece for this quest, which is fantastic. But this is a lot of dialogue. Obviously, it's I'm noticing it more because I'm reading it out loud, but this is a lot of dialogue, and like it's more details in the story than like I can kind of keep track of while I'm playing. And I'm once again I'm gonna go tell Inara, and it's a lot of talking. So, it is nice, I think, when these quests when this stuff can be condensed, basically. Like about 5 of those dialogue options could have been condensed into maybe one long paragraph that would have told me more or less what his impressions are. But yeah. So I'm going to end this episode here, and we'll finish this quest next episode. And I'm assuming next episode will probably be the last in this chapter of Helena's adventures. But we'll finish this up next episode. And see you next time. Thanks for watching. Ciao.